but with proper scientific methodology. It's not like I come up with that, but just I read some books occasionally, and if you want to be a good teacher, read a book. Yeah. If you win something, that doesn't mean you can teach something. So if you want to be a good teacher, read a book. Two things I can recommend, just top of my head. There is no talent, and one is how we learn. There's many people go to school to learn how to teach. Yeah. So coaches, you have to be accountable. You can do a better job. It's not like 3 techniques and you roll. It's very sad if the class is run by this way. If we still are doing 2017 conditioning warm-ups 20 minutes, you know it's very common in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, 20 minutes, sometimes half an hour you do sit-ups and push-ups and you run, and after that you're like, and then you goddamn have to learn something technical. It's very, very hard. So we should do what sports are doing. 10-15 minutes, warm up, little bit sweat, more mobility, you know, getting healthy, and then we start technical stuff. If you're tired by the technical stuff, you're done for a class. Yeah, conditioning is meant to be done in other times. So that's really common in jiu-jitsu, and if somebody does that, I'm gonna sit. I'm not gonna do that warm-up. I know some of you are not that cocky, that if somebody does some like a warm-up, you have to do it, but I'm not. I know better. Yeah, go. So I'm really strict about certain things, and so I'm really after the science, so to speak. And in jiu-jitsu, it's kind of, I have a lot of rules. The way I roll, it's totally rule-based, posture-based. Always looking for the fundamental posture, how they work everywhere. And if I want to teach, then it's all science, all how we teach sports. And it's all there, read about it. It's deliberate practice, it's isolation training, it's never repetitions, it's a deliberate repetition, it's never, 10,000 repetitions, anything, even 1,000. It's always movement and then add resistance, make it better. If you want to be a better thrower, I played basketball 8 years. It was a youth, pretty high level. But if you want to get better at throwing basket, throwing rocks at certain targets, what would you do? The worst thing you would do if the target would be 5 meters away, you would just hit that target. That would be the worst thing you could do. But if the goal is 5 meters, you put marks in 13, 20, 2, 1, 100, and then you throw at them. Yeah? And what your brain does, it maps maps the strengths, maps the distance, and finally get better at throwing 5. So it's never like a dead repetition. That people think that way, but it's totally not good. It's very boring also. And only certain individual will do that, but most people go I don't want to do it. It's so boring. So science is, jiu-jitsu guys, a lot of teachers should make it better, because the classes, if it's a warm-up, 3 techniques, usually random. If you're lucky, then it's connected, and then you roll. That science says that's not a good class. Yeah, you should have isolation. Most things you learn is isolation. Sparring, you're not learning, you're doing. If you want to get better, isolate. The way I roll is I'm always isolating my skills. I never just roll. I hate rolling. If I roll, I just take in a certain part, and I'm going to put myself, and then I'm going to see what they do. I'm going to isolate a skill, and after 1 hour rolling, I'm better. Because I'm going to target my skills. So it's just rolling overall, there's no point. Isolate your skills. Deliberate practice, Google it, you will find it. We call it an SPG I method, the isolation, introduction, isolation, integration. So, yes. So, turtle. Are you excited? Yes. So, the bad thing about turtle is people don't teach turtle. And when they do, it's weird. And then it's people take their bags and trucks and stuff, and you lose, and that's why you don't play turtle. And then people don't have good turtle, and then they will tell white belts that don't go turtle because you're gonna lose. If you roll with me, you know it's not the case. and I don't do anything complicated also. So, and the strange thing is, I don't know why this information is lost from Jiu-Jitsu. There are turtle guys, some guys have figured out turtle for themselves, but they can't teach it. It's very feeling based. It's just, so I can teach it. And there's only one guy that's good at turtle, Eduardo Tellez. Yeah. So, and it's very strange that we see only one guy in that. And you can go, it's a statistical error, and he can only make it, nobody does, but I don't know, I can pretty much make everybody go to turtle. So, and if you, I'm not going to say nobody takes your back after today's 2 hours. I'm going to say if they do, you know what was wrong. And they have pretty hard time also. So, what else? Turtle. So, I'm going to show the posture, explain it, a couple of things, you try it, only a couple of minutes, maybe a minute, then I bring you back in and then I explain it more. So that's the methodology, and you know, we build on that. So, turtle is, for me, turtle is turn around grilled chicken. So if I teach open guard, we start from this. This is grilled chicken. This is very easy to teach everybody open guard. Open guard is one of the, it's not very complicated. Definitely if you think open guard is complicated, come to talk to me. It's so easy, yeah? It's just structure, defense, movements, and it's weekend stuff. Everybody has good guard, now figure it out for the rest of their life. Just timing. So it's not complicated. So turtle is grilled chicken turned around, literally. Yeah? It's not this. Don't do it. Only if you have feeling and I can play with stuff, so I can, you know, mess with it. I can box like this, so to speak, in Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah? Like, but if you're learning, you get killed right away. Don't do this. Don't do this. It's doesn't work. You just get killed right away. So toes on the mat, and knees wide, elbows here, arms are. I will talk about it later. And that's the position we're going to use. So that's, I don't know, grilled turtle. Everything is grilled. So feel that position. Think about knees wide, toes on the mat, head. I'm going to talk where's the point, which point, the nose or the hair. We're going to do the tests. And then very soon we're going to do partner exercises. And like I said yesterday to some people, I explained something in a small group. This is it. This is what you have to do. And you don't know it yet. This is literally what you have to keep. And it takes me 2 hours to explain you that this is it. And after 2 hours, I'm going to show this is it. You go, oh, that was actually it. So, but you don't know it yet. In boxing, this is it, yeah? And when you box, you realize actually this is it. But then you learn to a little bit move here, but actually the same position. So that's the simple stuff. Now it's the hard part is 2 hours of drilling and a little bit. And everybody has a red spot in the end. So like a third eye will open here. So on those mats, definitely. If you have a wrestling mat, it's a little bit better, but this, we have a red spot here. So, knees, toes, elbows, that's the pressure, and the head. And think about like you tuck, and so your arms should reach also here, so you're a little bit tucked. So try it, give you 1 minute. It's really strange to do it on your own, like you try it and then that's it, bring it in.
Where do your hands go? Are they resting on the mat?
No, just feel. Oh, no. Just feel, and then I will explain it more. Just everybody tries, I don't know, 30 seconds. Go. Always, not to pick on you. Always the first thing I go for MMA guys, they always go like, you get punched in the face. We call this a passive 0 point. That's the day one information. This is the beginning of turtle. I'm gonna also contradict myself in later, but we start from this. And in MMA we use active turtle. You use active turtle if you've seen, like I said, Whitaker and Castellan fight, active turtle against the cage. Sorry, Whitaker and Jacare. Then Castellum and Weidman last weekend. You see those things, yeah? So that's active turtle. And I do it in MMA also. If you punch, I'm gone. So nobody can hold nobody in one arm, yeah? There's no that grip kind of, there's no like a handle. So If you punch, I'm gone. So passive is, we start with passive. And then we teach them to be active. And you can always go back to the shelf, so to speak. But it's a sport, it's a fighting sport. You have to be active to create stuff. So if you're passive, you're losing. So we start with this, and then we add active turn. I guess with punching it's more dangerous, but there has to be a starting point. That's the safest, and then we create complexity. Yeah. So that's, you know the turtle already. So you try that, all good. So now we have some tests that we understand how wide are the knees, where are the head, where's the elbows, and now the fun part starts. So the usual. Many of you have very bad Estonian bluntness, yeah, not European politeness. Many of you have very bad toe flexibility because you don't hike, you don't climb, and you lose that, yeah, and you don't run, sprints and stuff. So if you have very bad flexibility, then you have this kind of toes. Yeah, that's dangerous. So I would say with Estonian bluntness, fix it. Yeah. So if you have loaded stretching, if you listen to a coach, if you stand like this for a month, you have flexibility in your toes, because this is healthy also for life, kind of. Yeah, toe flexibility. So if you really have bad toe flexibility, you can use seal feet, but I will not recommend it. You lose the push-pull action, resistance a little bit. So, and they get better by also this class, but be careful because many people think like they can put the ankles over this. You can do it on me, I don't really care. But if you have this and then your ankles will not stable, it will hurt you. So I'm not saying like, oh, this is a wrong turtle. Fix your goddamn toes. Yeah. So if you can't run a marathon, what to do? You hate the marathon, or get more fit, run a marathon. Yeah. You can't hate the exercise. Want to do deadlifts? Get stronger. Don't hate the deadlift. So fix your toes. And if somebody has really like a bad time playing guard, like your knees won't go open, you can't pull, guess what? Fix your squat. This is an awesome motivation to fix your mobility. If you're lacking certain optimal things, fix it. And then if you can't, then you're disadvantaged, and that's the reality of life. I do gymnastics, gymnastic bodies, and there's like a handstand program. And Coach Summer says that if you're overweight 20 kilos, don't do handstands. Lose 20 kilos and then do handstands. Otherwise you fuck up your shoulders and wrists. So don't do it. You found the motivation to lose the weight, then you deserve to doing handstands. Very honest. A lot of people hate it, but that's reality. You will mess up your shoulders. Get more better, get more like normal, not like super fit like a body fat person, and then do handstands, because your body is not meant to hold like 20 kilos over your shoulders and wrists, because that's what it not does. Yeah, whatever. So turtle, go. So weird, yes. So I do it too. So I do it better. Sorry. So turtle, knees wide. Why? So you can pull me. Yeah, pull the hip. If my knees are close, well, this happens. Yeah. If my knees are wide, go. So your knees are wide enough, just wide enough so you can counter that pull. If you have a crazy split, we can talk about it, but just wide enough so they won't pull you over. And what's with toes? If you're a seal feet, you're gonna fall on your back, on your butt. So if you have seal feet, you're always gonna fall like this. That's awesome. We can go sit up turtle. I use it a lot. Very fun. I will explain it later. But if your toes are on a mat, go. Your toes actually are helping. You're not falling. So you have a post. Yeah, toes always on a mat. So knees wide enough. You hide your heels under your glutes. Yeah, like they're not this. Under your glutes, so they don't have easy access to the hooks. You have to do better mistakes. If it's this, they're gonna hook your leg already. This is the right thing to do anyway, so you're gonna hide your heels. Yeah, so knees wide. Your elbows are out as much so they can't push the knee in. So this turtle also protects you from necks and chokes and stuff. But my turtle protects you from everything. So the very good attack how you should attack turtle is also trucks. Yeah, you put the knee in and you attack you did that actually, the calf slicer stuff before that. So, if I do it wrong, wrong turtle. Go, put the knee in, other knee. Oh. Yes, and now we have trucks, yeah? Go back, stop. So if this is in, there's like a wedge going in there, it's very, very hard to stop. But if you do jiu-jitsu, yeah? So, go. I know, no way. So elbow, not too much out. There's a whole arm bars, yeah? So it's always enough. Like boxing, if somebody jabs you in the face, you don't do this, yeah? You just a little bit, yeah? And you learn by practice to do just enough. First you go like crazy. So when you do stuff also in this class, you go like this and that. But first you feel it, it's there. So it's a timing issue a little bit. And it's just feeling, but elbow is here. And they can also put like a knee top of my elbow and it won't go in. So if they're behind me and they want to put the knee, go. So usually this is like, if this is here, put the knee in and just boom, it goes in. So if elbow is out, go. They feel it's not there. I can hold my own body weight there, it doesn't matter. So elbows are there. So knees, elbows, toes on the mat. And what also happens is your head. If they're at your right, you turn right, little bit, because you want to look at them, yeah? If they're on your left, you look at left. And your head has to carry weight. So the test to the head would be, can you lift your head? So here, the legs. If your nose is on the mat, you can't lift your knees. Your hairline, yes. So here, they're at your right, they're at your left, that's it. And what you also do is Stephen Hawking, yeah? Yeah, this is always our combat sports, you hide your chin. So this is what you do everywhere. This is what I like about unifying jiu-jitsu and all martial sports. If you do this in jiu-jitsu, you go boxing, it's all over again. In jiu-jitsu, you're not doing this in boxing, it's all the similar. Wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu. So, head would be a little bit shoulder in a way, so they get this line. They won't get this line, yeah? So you feel it. So top guy, your job. Knees, try to pull, yeah? Try it like wrong. Try it wrong. You feel like, oh, it's easy, yeah? Try it right. So, okay, try it 3 feet. Try it like, it's easier to do it. Try it with the toes. Better, yeah? Elbows, do it wrong. This is like in, yeah? Elbow in. Just really, really easy, yeah? Try it right. And then lift your knees. Lift your knees, up, lift your knees. Yes, okay, your head has to be carried weight, has to be strong, go back. And if I'm at his left, he looks at left, and there's no neck, yeah? The shoulder is in a way, there's no access to the gi. We can test it at the clock choke. Clock choke not work. Who loves clock choke? Yes, you can test it on me later, it doesn't work. So, not a joke. Yeah. So, here, and if I'm right, does this. So fix that, now I give you more time. If you know more, do less. If you know less, do more. And you can ask questions now also. So, but you know what to do now. Okay, let's go. I know what you're gonna ask. So, I know what you're gonna say, what you're gonna this and that. What about I do this and what about I grab the ankle? I know. I've done 15 seminars on this. I know what you're gonna ask, and it's lovely, yeah? Because most of you will realize soon jiu-jitsu will not work against that turtle, and then you pick more superior art as wrestling, yeah? In a joking way. That you will start to go, what about I grab the head, and I grab the ankle, and I do like rollovers, and I do cradles, and I would say, wonderful. Now I changed your jiu-jitsu, because now it becomes more rest-jitsu, and now you're interested of wrestling, not only jiu-jitsu, because we have to do both to kill the turtle. We have to do both to be good at jiu-jitsu. We have to do wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So, if the turtle is broken, I get the harness, get the back. But if the harness is denied, and then it's right away, you're like, oh, what about tilts and stuff? Wonderful. Now the context is there to teach you that. And you go YouTube, figure it out. Yeah? Or ask some wrestlers and stuff. So, some of you are interested, like, what about I put the hook in? No. I will show you right away. It doesn't work. So, it only works when I do mistakes. It's like when I say it doesn't work, it's like when I'm really on point, it doesn't work. If I'm tired, I play with you, I will get one hook in, it's more fun. Why not? I know why it happens also. The reason is when hooks goes in, I know why it happens. So, what else? So somebody grabbed the ankle, and the question was also about the toes. That why this is not good, and why this. When I say not good and stuff, it's also Estonian bluntness and not European politeness. You know, somebody asked me yesterday a question that, you know, what should I do differently? And my first reaction was, do you want me to be Estonian blunt or European polite? And I'm happy that it shows Estonian blunt. Yeah? Because sometimes people are not ready to hear the truth a little bit, and then I go like, and then they're like offended a little bit. But if you choose, then I'm going to tell you what's wrong. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat, because it's dangerous to sugarcoat the martial sport. Because you're playing with your life. So I'm not here to like make you feel good, I'm here to make you good in Jiu-Jitsu. So, I think we're gonna talk about that later, because it's activity. Because I have to move. Because in an end, turtle will be this. Always on their toes. The sliding stuff, it's exception. Also in wrestling, you slide, but it's always active. I'm gonna move around. I'm gonna clear hooks, but with feet, it's like I'm gonna toe hold myself a little bit. And I don't mind if somebody grabs my ankle. That's wonderful. And I can stand up. That's what wrestlers do. If you wrestled, you have referee positions. That's it. Yeah. If they grab your ankle, that's wonderful. And they actually show you way out, and we will get to that. So, yes. And what else? Ankles. I can, I guess, strip also. So, let's talk about hooks right now. So, where's my partner? I use you, sorry. New partner. So, hooking. Most important thing, I guess, with back takes, you have to control the hooks. The stuff I'm going to use, a little bit harsh saying, is you can't take the back with harness. Because you can't take the harness, kind of, if everything is good. And you have to see the turtle differently a little bit. But the main thing is, if you've sparred with me, I clear the hooks all the time. And then I manage the harness later. So, usually what happens, I'm here trying to put the hook, like, go. Yeah, go, again, yes, go back. So, now the magic, yeah, go. See my elbow, go. Go far hook. Go far hook. I make myself more like, I don't know, bigger in the waist. If the elbow wasn't there, the hook goes in. Yeah? So if the elbow is there, go far hook. Far hook. I just use my elbow. I can prevent that. I don't do this. This is again bad. You can attack counters. This is a jab cross attack, so you have to do those things. Jab cross, so I open up, you have arm. So you bait me also. I have to do a little bit, like boxing like this. So, near hook. Put the hook in. Yes. So first put the knee on the mat also. Put the hook in, knee on the mat. Yes. So what I do, I'm just raising up a little so you can see. My elbow goes to the knee bend. And that's it. I step out. Yeah? But what you learn really, really fast, that you never use those hooks. You use clicking hooks. You go always, grapevine, and you hide your legs and you click. Otherwise, just boom, boom. Yeah, but you have to go through my defense first. So clicks are very important. So you use less arms to keep holding the back. You use legs to kill my legs and arms to fight my arms. Yeah, otherwise you grab me, I have 2 arms left. So it's not a fair fight. So you can also do, like a perfect scenario would be, that's a space, yeah? V shape. We use it in stiff arms, different ways we use that shape. So, if I'm very early and he gets like a heel in, like a first he did, the only heel, not the knee also. So the heel fits here. and then I don't have to open at all. That's like a really perfect jiu-jitsu, yeah? So, let's do it one more time. So I'm here, look, put the heel in, go. See that? It just happens to be here. And now I just step up, and I don't have to open my elbow. And in the end, if you know wrestling, go. It's like, you go YouTube, figure it out. So, so ideal version. Your arms are here. So slowly, heel in, catch it, and then move. If they're better, you're more late, but put the heel and the knee in. Put the knee on the mat. Yes. Now it's a knee bend. Yeah. You open up very, very little, and then move around. That's also toes on the mat. You can move around. You can, because I want to actually do this also because I can jump over. I can do what Tellus does. Yeah. All the attacks come from over there. So toes. This I do toe hold myself. So, and if the far hook go, far hook never goes in, kind of because I'm more, I don't know, nice way of fat or bigger in the waist, or what's the proper word in say in English. You can't do it. Only if he switches to this side. No, put the hook in, go, and switch to others. Switch, yes. See, and now the elbow again. So those are the main things. So mainly you should use elbows. And if you're very lucky, you're ready, you just catch the heel and just, oh, they're out. And we go, maybe I have time, maybe 2 hooks coming, yeah? Now it's the back takes and, back escapes and stuff, but right now, let's try to avoid hooks. And then, things get more worse. I have only 2 hours, yeah? And this is a little bit promotional stuff, so you can, if you want more, I have super duper back escapes, yeah? I can teach the full spectrum of back escapes of standing up and on your back, yeah? If you roll with you know that. So you have to ask me for, like, you visit your gym, whatever it is. I can't teach you everything 2 hours. So, but let's start with this. Mainly this. If you have time, try this. Yeah. And fix. Never let them start from the bad position. That's your job as a partner. So fix everything. Knees, elbow. Look to me. Yes. Shin. Everything. Okay. Now I will try to hook him. Yeah? So always try to help him, and he helps you back, and now we get better because it's repetition. And the way, if you teach him, it's very silly to do the same mistakes that he did, yeah? If you corrected him, like, elbows, head, it's probability is pretty high that you will do your thing more correctly, because you just went over those details, yeah? So you always repeat, and then it's silly when you go down and do everything wrong, yeah? Because your brain works differently. So in helping others, one of the best way to learn is to teach something, yeah? So if you're teaching, you're remembering yourself also better. So use that really, and don't let them be lazy, yeah? Everything has to be, okay, now I'm training with you. If they do something wrong, you stop training with them. Fix that, and I will train. So you treat people like dogs, yeah? If Estonian bluntness, yeah? So if they're good, they deserve the treat. Yeah? If they are not good, they're not concentrating, I'm gonna fix that, now I'm gonna train with you. So training with me is a cookie. You have to be in the class, do everything, now I'm a good partner. If you're lazy, I'm gonna not give you that hooks and stuff, fix everything, be here, and I'm gonna help you. Okay? So we keep each other sharp all the time. And the cookie is I'm gonna train with you. I'm gonna make you better. In that way, I treat people like this. They're always a carrot. Okay? Estonian bluntness. So, go! When people get harness, actually, that's the second layer. You've done mistakes. And definitely don't feel bad if you give them harness and they take you back and then they choke you, you go, jiu-jitsu is hard. You've done 10 mistakes in a row, so you deserve to get punished. So, jiu-jitsu is easy when you do it right, yeah? You don't give them stuff, and then it's easier. So if you give them more stuff, it becomes more harder. So I'm all about the zero, and then we build up complexity, and then we can do more mistakes and stuff. And also ask me a lot of things. Somebody asked me also, like, when somebody grabbed the gi, yeah, just pulls me over, yeah? So just random questions, just ask. I know you want to ask, we're going to cover them. They're not a problem. But this is a trick, and when I'm talking about escapes, think about this. The best escape from turtle, stand up. Most of you are not ready for that. because you're expecting that they were on a mat, yeah? So, let's sample. Just to give you a heads up where I'm going with this. So, turtle, try to like a little bit dominant, whatever. That's my escape. So, you have to keep me there. That's what side control is, yeah? You keep people in side control. If you don't, they will, go away. You have to keep me in turtle. I will, my best escape, no gi, self-defense, MMA, stand up. So you will become soon Gain Velasquez. Body locks. You're right away inspired to have this information because people will sit up. You don't have to spin, you just stand up, turn away, pull down. Yeah? If that's jiu-jitsu. You want to spin also, why not? But you have to keep me there. If there's no pressure, I will stand up. So, go girl. If somebody is like, here, what would you do? You would spin, stand up. If somebody goes like this and, goes, I'm already gone. We're going to show, I will put the gi and then we'll test the chokes and stuff. Thank you. So, hooks are not coming in. You can't pull, you shouldn't. Elbows are out. If somebody has it's not a short elbow, I will push my forearm actually here, yeah, to the thighs. Yeah. So, and the neck has to be tilted. And if the neck is tilted, you become more Greco-Roman. Because if you tilt, it's hard to pull me that side. Understand? My shoulder is also a little bit tilt, and that's a small tilt is necessary. If I look away, turtle. If he has a good turtle and he looks away. Yeah, that's where your escaper is coming also. If I do it or you escape, but if they turn the head, he already feels like better balance. But don't put your cheek on a mat. Because the key is you have to always able to lift your knees. Wait, put your cheek on a mat. Please lift your knees. Kinda hard. Yes, so put your head on a mat, right, turn, lift your knees, yes, okay? Understand if somebody is a physiotherapist, yeah? If put your cheek on a mat, and if I lift the legs right now, yeah? Probably not healthy. So, head, and now about how much crouched you should be. So, go behind me. We can do another drill. So it's always gonna be active here. Then you're gonna try to have front headlocks, guillotines, harnesses, darces, marces, barces, whatever there is. There's so many chokes there nowadays. So, your job is to always keep this. The underhook is the worst. I don't mind neck grip. I don't like to give him underhook. Neck, I don't really care. I will show how it doesn't work. If they get underhook, then it's really, really dangerous. Okay? So, what you have, we call it panda right now. You know that there's a pictures on the internet, So, I don't know how to call this position, but this is the turtle also I play. We're gonna add this soon. So, it's right now the test for the arms, but actually it's also position. So we're gonna a little bit bring the future here for a second, and I will add this in maybe in an hour. So the point of the drill is for him to get the harness, not to push you or pull you over, just give you pressure and try to get the harness, and not 100%. Start with 5, 10, yeah, don't go 50. Be normal, okay? So try to have a harness. Go underhook also. The more he pressures, the worse it gets actually for him, because he pressures this angle. He closes this angle is himself. Okay? If I'm more open, then it's like you have to play this game, and you can always lose. So it's here, so your body is bent in a turtle as much so you can protect two places one time. So elbow always here, and neck is always here. And what you do is like basic jiu-jitsu, yeah? You have those, Stephen Hawking stuff. You grab this, go. If they change something, change the arm, you catch this. Always don't open this. If you have underhook, you have to clear right away. That's pure wrestling, yeah? If you love wrestling, the underhook, you clear, blah, 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 yeah? If they connect the arms, that's kind of bad, yeah? Then you look into the choke, and that's like second layer, third layer. Let's not go there right now. You should have very easy time to keeping the harness off. So, first is this, go. This is pure wrestling, yeah? And if you can do this, then do it from here. Harness, go. Go front headlock. Go darces, marces. Okay? So it's like, this is the timing stuff, a little bit, you know, this is like boxing, this is what it is, yeah? You learn this by doing a little bit boxing. 6 months, you understand already. Everything kind of moves. Same way, yeah? Jiu-jitsu, same way, boxing, same way. So this takes a little bit of time because it's a wrist fight. So that's the timing part, kind of. So do it very slowly, so they will understand what it is, so they win. Don't be an ass and try to win this drill. So give them a chance, make them better. The drilling part, when we ruin technique, will come in end. But first we have to build people up, and then we'll destroy them, yeah? So that's how we teach in Estonia, kind of. It sounds very terrible, actually. Okay? So slowly build them up. Sitting up, turtle, and turtle. Try, go. We had another similar question of if I grab the head and pull it up from turtle. We get there. So now let's do our first drill. We call it drill. We always, when I call drill, it's isolation drill. It's never like a 10 repetition left, right. We don't call it drills. It's like different. Drilling is isolation. Drilling is always resistance, even 1%, and then progressively higher. And usually it's if I use the planetary system as an example, the drill resistance has to be in a habitable zone. If you do it if Earth is too close, we're gonna burn. Too far, we're gonna freeze. Yeah, the Earth is just in habitable zone. So if your feedback is too low, they're gonna feel awesome. It's very dangerous because they're not. Yeah, because they are still learning turtle. So if you give them too much, too little resistance, they feel too good. It's wrong self-security. Understand? Very dangerous in martial sports. If you destroy them right away, their motivation goes down. It's like, oh fuck, it's too hard. I don't want to do it. Yeah, I'm not good. I'm not talented. All that crap. If you just give them right resistance, when they have success, mostly in this first drill, but they have a little bit, dealing with those things, but they manage it. That's awesome. And then if they get better, you raise resistance. So they can still do it, interesting, not too much, not too hard, not too easy, yeah? So you as a partner, you have to know that. If you ruin somebody's drill, usually they're not gonna say it to you, but you're gonna see it, yeah? Like something's off, like you just ruined something and they're going like, So you have to be that guy that he will give, tomorrow he will bring you flowers. Because you are that awesome training partner. You made them better, yeah? So it's really, really important. And to keep everybody honest, we have a feedback system. I don't think many people use that. So I would recommend sports science, sports psychology. Feedback. So I give you 2 minutes each. So 2 minutes, good resistance. You always win in a bottom. You always lose in a top, yeah? That's the thing. First drill. After 2 minutes, top guy, you will tell the bottom guy what was good, what could have been better. Okay? So it's good about like a private, because I'm not gonna see all of you. It's impossible. I don't even try. I see like overall mistakes. So then you're gonna change. He's gonna do it, and you're gonna tell them what was good, what could have been better. And the turtle guy, you're gonna tell the top guy how was he as a coach. So you're accountable. If there is no feedback, you can be an asshole. But if they're gonna because you're accountable, they're gonna tell you something maybe you don't wanna hear. Don't be that guy. Because they're gonna tell you like, dude, you should be a little bit, relax more. I had our time, didn't you see? Yeah? And you feel bad. So you try to be the awesomest coach ever, give them the right feedback, and maybe they tell you, you were just what I needed. Everything was nice, good resistance, thank you, yeah? And they will return the favor. So you have to have also feedback for your training partner abilities. It can also be upgraded. So that's how we use in Estonia, like feedback system. This is sports psychology 101. That's how you do, always create feedback loops so you can get better. Otherwise it goes 100 meters, nobody tells you anything. Then you discover in 2 years, oh shit, something's wrong. You always create those feedback loops. Yeah, that's how you get better. So that's how we use it. And then I can run this class as a private class. Otherwise you feel like you get lost in a class. coach is not there for me, nobody cares about me, you know, I don't get better. Now you have a super coach that's motivated to do the best job ever. Yeah? And now I can just see, and class will run smoothly, and you have a personal time, one-on-one, and you get your personal feedback just for you. Imagine that methodology. Yeah? So it's very, very important. So pick a partner, progressive resistance, you have your rules, 2 minutes, and then feedback. Enjoy, go. Like normally, you get, you know, there's mistakes, you forget your knees, your elbows gets in, and what this does actually, what I do to a turtle, you learn to attack turtle by knowing how to, you know, what's the mistakes. If you see right away, that's what it is, the secret, how you can attack my turtle. Because if you understand it now, you can attack it now. Yeah, first, there was some Nogi guy actually tried to attack my back, and he was like trying it for a minute, and then he was like, okay, pull guard, and just, okay, pass my guard. Because you didn't know how to attack that. Because they just, I always think they see it, but if you don't know what it is, you just see it and you go like, oh, I don't know what to do with that. So, if your elbows are in, you right away know what to do. Attack the trucks. If your knees are close, pull them right away or push them. If your neck is not turned, there's cross faces and stuff that you can do. Yes?
How do you defend your elbows better? I feel like it's like a weak point.
Show me. With somebody.
On somebody, or on you.
Okay. So,
if I'm like here,
and
like if I push long enough, or like squeeze in, I can get in it sometimes, or like
no. It's magic.
Yeah, super clear.
No, it's what I do. You have to play with this elbow, elbow, elbow. It's out. Here it's already open for arm bars. Yeah, kimuras and stuff. I sometimes do that because I want you to insert that arm because I cannot counter attack. You know, I can box like this in jiu-jitsu. Because I know if I do this, you're gonna throw, I'm gonna, you know, hit you with the hook. So we just, I give you stuff. So you get the hook, okay, thank you for a sweep now, yeah? That's what I do, I build traps. It's more fun. Because if it's too close, you're sometimes discouraged. But you have to find a good spot. If it's too in, the elbow goes in. What I do, the forearm, the pressure is, I'm leaning on my thighs. My forearm goes to this. So I'm really like pushing this here. Like a wrestler, like a wrestling stance. I'm resting my arm here. It's not his. I'm really resting it, so it's not this. So, and that's the drill is for, that you can find that place. If you have a bad partner, he will destroy you right away and you go like, I don't get it. If it's a good partner, even if he sees a little bit wrong, don't go 100% here. Little bit. You see it, there's a mistake, little bit push, they go like, oh yes. But if you right away destroy it, they go like, oh fuck it, I'm not talented, you know? It's always in jiu-jitsu, oh, I'm not good, you know, it's so hard, blah, blah, blah. No. Gentle, gentle, it's a gentle art. Yeah? So that's just only one stupid answer. Manage your elbow distance. So, a couple of things with the key guys, they asked. So, who was the guy who wanted to like lift me from my head? It's a wonderful thing to do to people actually. So who was grabbing the neck? Somebody was like, I'll grab the key and I pull the key up. Nobody? Okay.
I was asking without key, just brutally.
Oh, I was just brutally.
Brutally holding your neck.
Oh, brutally holding my neck and destroying me. This is like Estonian language. Yeah, so. So, anyway, they can grab this. Wait, yes. But the key is, if the premise is, if they're not giving me pressure, what's my reaction? Don't be there, escape. So, first of all. Second of all, that's why we have toes on the mat, and that's why we have head on the mat. Now do it slowly, yeah? This is always last 5-10 seminars I do people like, do it slowly. What happened in the first 5, you can understand, yeah? People went like, blah! It's like, dude, slowly, yeah? So, if I don't have toes on the mat, what happens? My butt sinks and my head becomes light. And then what happens is, try to slowly pull my gi. Go, 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 and this happens, yeah? Go, go. Go, and this happens, yeah? many of you don't have that flexibility, and then you scream. So, if that even happens on a toes on a mat, what happens? Pull. Go. Healthy. Air. Healthy. Yes? But now understand also the pressure is on my head. And what it does, what he has to do now, he feels. And I will show what happens. So there's always like basic reactions to certain things. I will also show it's not like static, nothing happens. They're gonna push and pull. That's normal. They're gonna lift, that's normal. So we have basic reactions for basic attacks. So if they're gonna pull, see that? See what it is to correct this stance? He stepped closer. Because my head is heavy. Because what I do, I push from my toes to my head. And let's play turtle, come low. And real, let's just take a grip. And a real kind of side turtle. Not just side turtle, yes. The real scenario would be a little bit like this. So if we go stand up, why would I stay there? So it changes a little bit the way you see turtle. Thank you. It doesn't work. So still keep your head on a mat. So you have reaction time. And they have to step closer, you have double underhooks. They fall on their head. Yeah, it's kind of like basic wrestling. So, but if they don't give you pressure, they just stand up and over you like this, you just pull her. Or you stand up. Because also what I can do, just do it again. So we're here, over side turtle, okay. So I will stand up. That's his job to keep me there. Okay? So thank you. Yes. Then you can pull. Okay? So clock choke guys. Who has a clock choke? Who's the clock choke guy? Who like clock chokes? Somebody raise their arm. Oh. Yes, come, clock chokes. So you can test that, you can add that to the test if you know clock chokes and your partner is ready. So usually I get, what about clock chokes? First of all, Stephen Hawking doesn't allow clock chokes to ever happen. Yeah? Kind of a good sentence. So, anyway, if my head is this, do the clock choke. Go. Go. Turn it back. Okay, stop. Okay, go back. First of all, get a grip. Get a neck grip. My head is still wrong, and look at that. He doesn't get the other grip. Clock choke. Stop. A little bit harder, yeah? I know. And now the Stephen Hawking. He never gets under my chin, yeah? So the main thing what makes clock choke work is the other shoulder, other side of my body. So you have to get this like a grip wrist here inside the legs, grab the knee with a bow and arrow choke. So now the magic. Go. Do you have it?
No, it's not itchy.
Try. I don't use my arms right now also. Do you have it?
No.
I know. So, imagine when I would use my arms also. No. So, good no-gi works always in a gi. And good gi works in no-gi. I'm after those fundamental postures. If I have a good no-gi turtle, usually people freak out, in a gi, oh, you have more chokes, and then I lose. No, I'm not doing good jiu-jitsu. If I have good guard, it works in gi and no-gi. If I have good turtle, it works in gi and no-gi. This is no-gi turtle, it works wonderful in a gi. Yeah, because I turn my head, it actually benefits everything. And if you know those chokes, those, have this, yeah? It doesn't work because you don't get this. You just fall over and look silly, yeah? Because if you get this, then everything works, okay? So, wonderful thing about back takes also, with a head turn. That's the magic. When I talked about my class, I said, these are the magics, yeah, clicks. That's the final thing that makes everything work. So the head is a wonderful thing. So example, you good in back takes? Okay, show me back take. Take a harness. I'm gonna show the harness, I'm gonna show the head also. But harness is very hard to get. Very, very hard to get. If they get harness, everything breaks loose. Second layer of defense, all good. But not today. So, but just to talk about the head control. So, take the harness. Take the back, I guess, roll, whatever. Okay? And now, imagine that it doesn't work. When my head is turned, just something magic happens in my body. I call it magic. It's more fun. And he feels that. So, try it
With the harness?
Yeah, harness, go. Can you do it?
No, not easily.
I know. So, my body is just tilted. And what the secret is, what most people haven't got used to is, you cannot attack with a big overhand. Boxing is a science, yeah? Wrestling is a science. It's always counter actions. Slap the head, double it, yeah? Fake low, fake high, go low. So what he has to learn, jab, cross, back takes. That's only an overhand. Oh, I'm gonna take your back. If I just counter this, you never do it. So you have to go other side, back takes. That's really, sometimes you don't do you. Have you seen Leo Vera? Yeah? That's what it does. Because the head is this way. If I get a harness, head, I can't roll in that way, but it's rollable that way. And now you have a really good use of jab, cross, back takes. It's not easy to take that because I can lift my leg and you fall off anyway. But what inspires your back takes will get like this. Because you will start to attack the best turtle it is. And you know when you're late. And what happens, why you get better? Because your timing window gets like this. Because if I get my turtle, you're done. So first, if turtle is broken, you have this timing window. And you're not forced to figure out the exact timing. But if my timing is like this right away, you will naturally go like really fast, the harness. Okay? And about the harness, give me the back. It's never this, yeah? Harness is this. That's the harness. If the head is free, you can't take the back. So you have to tilt the head, and now I can roll him. So harness is never loose. Think about wrestling headlock. Is it loose? Not really. It's very like neck cranky position. So, but anyway, harness is very hard to get. So you should know today that. So I will give you a little bit time to fix mistakes. Elbows good, toes, turn the head. Yes. And watch that, you know, the right place. Always lift the knees, lift the knees. Yes. So head is in the right place. Always correct. Here, pull. Yes. And then you had your, you know, feedbacks. They told you something. So now I give you 3-4 minutes, both of you together, to fix mistakes. If you have everything is good, you can try those bow and arrow things. You know, you can try my blue, purple belts and up. The back takes a little bit more fun. Otherwise, just fix your mistakes, and then we bring it in. We continue. Let's go. So, what's your question? What's your thoughts? Yes.
Putting the knee on the foot, aka some kind of.
I know. Good. That's the problem when you have very stiff toes. Yeah. Then more mobility. People. I guess you felt during morning yoga, you're not the most agile people, yeah? Fix it. Jiu-Jitsu gives you motivation. The more mobility, less injury stuff, less stiffness. Now you have a motivation to fix it. So if you're like stiff and stuff, kind of like more injuries, and you know, when you get older, you will think about that more. So the question is, when they do their stuff, I know I'm gonna take a little. So try. Go. I know, I don't really care. Yes. And stop. That's what happens to you. I honestly say I'm not in danger. It's not like I have to defend a stupid theory. They can't bend my ankle. If you would be here, it would be terrible. Just like unstable. Toes, and what they learn pretty soon, that's not the ultimate control. What they learn pretty soon, they have to put the knee over. Yes, and toes on the mat. And now, see, our bodies click. That's the same place that my leg fits. And now we're playing. And plus I can have a hook, and if I have this, I have sweep. Yeah? And we have overhook game, and we have wrestling. So, that's also what they have to do. And that is why I hide my legs under my butt. So, if I do it this way, kind of bad. Right? If I do it this way, I know. So, that's all those things I love when you say it to me, because they fix the posture.
So it's the same thing when somebody tries to run around and use escape, like the wrestling escape.
Yes. Usually what happens, I do it too. Those wrestling things are awesome. Yes. You can do that. I play turtle like, you know, weird one, because I know what's going to happen. I would say more bent, put your bent position, yes. If your knees are not wide, then bad things that people want to do to you, that are correct things, they're going to pull here, they're going to mess with that hip. Very awesome technique. And if you learn that turtle, you will really easily be exposed to this, and you start to attack turtle with jiu-jitsu and wrestling. And your turtle will get good against wrestlers and jiu-jitsu people. Awesome. Elbows. Yes. See? Never give him a rest. So, if your knees are wide, yes. Is it harder to do the same lever? Yes. Yeah. If their knees are more close. Yes. Now it's like, and now it's like I will bend the knee and it's really easy. If their knees are wide, and soon you realize, wait, that space doesn't matter. That's a trap. Everybody's afraid of that. Hooks go in. I show you you're not. And if you put your leg here, they're like those or double unders, and you will have wrestling match. So from here to start to, you have more time to lift the leg and to pull guard also. Okay? So it's all about buying time. So we have more reaction time. And for everybody, for white belts to black belts, it's better to have a bigger reaction time. Not just suddenly something happens. Okay? So, thank you. Very good question. So, what else? Yes?
Do you like palms on the mat?
No. I can. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think you have to. Because they're always fighting here. Because people do it because they're afraid of the neck. Because if you do this, your neck is weak. So, do this, all good. If you have to, I don't mind. It's like a pivoting point, but use your head and the legs. Yes. More questions? Yes.
You are in a position where one in the turtle to decide whether to go in here.
Yes. Go. Now I can also do this. I don't mind. So, that's already double attack. And those things, if you come up with that, those are wonderful side effects when white belts will think about this. Jab cross attacks right away. You're going to sneak in the arm, they exposed, hook in. That's how sport works. That's wonderful. And what happens to a turtle? You get exposed to jab cross, and you learn to deal with that. That's wonderful. So turtle is not unbreakable. It's just very hard to break with a wrong jiu-jitsu. But you can break it with a sport. Because you create patterns, and you kill patterns. Okay? Jab. Yeah, you play with that. Rhythm. And you create rhythm and you break rhythm. So those things will expose beginners to awesome ideas. So, next drill, before we move on, is now you can escape anytime you want. Imagine that. It's a stress for a top guy now. So, whatever escape you do, I really don't care. Everybody knows something. If you don't know anything, just be there for 2 minutes. And your key is don't do escapes with panic. You already know that you're safe. They can do resistance with progressive, resistance. And then pick a time you want to escape. That it's like calm and everything like scientific, so to speak. Not like you rush and you're scared. So even if you don't feel you want to escape, you can, don't. But do it with a calmness that you see like, oh, I want to just pull guard now. I want to stand up, I want to spin away. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you know, I don't really care. So, drill, top guy, you're still coach. They will criticize you after that. How kind of coach how you were. So be careful. And you can escape anytime you want, if you want. Start from turtle. 2.5 minutes maybe. Let's go. So, I hope the turtle makes more sense. You know that the important part is, when you drill, don't expect it to be like, oh, it works. You freak out. You do mistakes, but it's important that you understand what was the mistake. They put hook in, oh shit, my elbows were too in, yeah? They put the truck, oh, my elbows were here. I didn't turn my face. So, you know, next time do it better. So that's the thing, I'm not saying nobody takes your back. If the sparring resistance is low, I would hope you would feel better. But if it goes high sparring, like really like high resistance, you will do more mistakes. But my job is to show you what was a mistake and do it again. And now the game is more enjoyable because you know why you're losing. But, same again, don't tell this to anybody. I'm serious about that. Because if you brag, I'm a turtle, and they will take your back and choke you out, you look very foolish. And you go like, oh, Priit can do it. Doesn't matter. You can't. So, don't say it to anybody. Enjoy it. Drill, train against white belts first in your gym a little bit, you know, smaller people a little bit, make it your own. And I promise you, people will question it, like, what is it? And that's the perfect time to tell them, because they have a question. Otherwise, if you just brag, they're not interested because they don't believe you. So, it's make it your own. White belts, lesser skilled people, lighter people, you blah, 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 yeah? And then you're ready. People will interest. But I hope you feel good already, I think. Yeah? So, another interesting, I don't know, not the brainstorm, but idea about the simplicity of Jiu-Jitsu, that I would say, Jiu-Jitsu is this, just this. Yeah? So, let's say, I use you. Please stand up in front of that. So, when you start to teach guard, this is butterfly. If you pull guard, butterfly active, you can chase people on your back. It's very defensive, it's last resort, also good in a way. But here, you can say like this is the beginning of the guard, you know. They have to put my back on a mat. And the funny thing is, it's the same as escape. Escaping starts here, because when I say to him, you can do it like 5%, 10%, try to pass my guard. Without flattening me out. Go.
Okay, just...
Yeah, go, pass my guard. What happens? Turtle. Why I would go here. Yeah. So first, escaping starts from here. Then they usually pull. Then you have turtle. Then you mess up. Then you have sight. Yes, you can start teaching from here also, from both ends. But ideally, it's very hard to do knee slides from here. Yeah. It's very hard, over underpasses, blah blah blah. But mostly they're gonna go around. So we play. We're playing here. They're gonna pass. I'm like, I do it all the time because I don't really care if you pass my guard. And if somebody's IBJJ ref, tell me, is it at 3 points? I don't think so. So you're good. Yeah, if you're in side control and bottom, it's 3 points. This is not a guard pass, I would think. And I'm here. Mostly what happens if they, they try to take your back. I can't teach you that day. Ask me to your gym, blah. If they put hooks in, the idea is the same. Put hook in, elbows. Yeah, very very hard to put hooks in. If they pull you, you have this. And also I have Stephen Hawking, running man, turtle. So if you fail, that's another class. Usually I need a weekend. So if they go and you fail, you go here. And then it's a back shrimp, or turtle. So there's some postures between that. So you can start from teaching from both ends. But it's you shouldn't be like, pass the guard. And that happens, yeah? And then you go like jiu-jitsu is complicated. The way you do it is complicated. But imagine that guard, that's just a joke. Butterfly, back straight, head up. No guillotines, yeah? This is kind of more guillotine stuff. And then escape, guard, escape, guard. All jiu-jitsu you need. This is the beginning of jiu-jitsu. This is unifying theory of jiu-jitsu. This is guard, and the pass shuts down, and that defense. And tell me jiu-jitsu is complicated. I dare you. Yeah, it's that easy. And then you mess up running man. Then it's turtle. And finally, side control. Yeah? And about side control a little bit, I told yesterday. Side control leaps. I don't teach that. I don't think it's bad. I think it's not the beginning. Now if I do this, they never can go to the knees. Go to the knees. So my beginning position is Stephen Hawking. I might block the hip, elbow here. I will never give an underhook. Usually in jiu-jitsu you give underhooks, and then you complain jiu-jitsu is hard. Why would you give anybody underhook? Think about stand-up. You never do it. Why in jiu-jitsu? You give them cross-face and underhook, and then you complain jiu-jitsu is hard. Yeah? Very, very not good. So, go. It's very strange to be in top position, bro. And what happens is, I can always go turtle. Because head is on the mat, blah, blah, blah. This is a little bit teaser, the way I do side control. And those frames come next, but those are not beginning. Jiu-jitsu is not complicated. It's buonissimo, yeah? So, a little bit teasers. So, now, very big science is also how to go to turtle. Because that's when you mess up. Because if you go to turtle, when you open up, back takes happen. So, how to go to turtle? Example, how I do it, like a little bit, maybe for like coaches and stuff. So if somebody passes my guard from that side, let's say here, pass my guard, so I do this a lot. If somebody's knee and belly, playing like, I do this a lot. I can always go there and then pull back again. So that's not hard, just postures. So I use sit-up a lot. Like somebody, if I'm playing guard, like somebody like knee slides, I'm avoiding that and I'm just sitting up. And now I'm fighting, like I can go up, I can ground roll, I can feel this, I can back flip, blah blah blah. So, and I also always can go to turtle. So turtle is easy to turn towards opponent. You play here, head on a mat, turtle. If you go away, then this bottom arm always avoids the hook. Yeah, so if I'm here, get the hook. If I do it wrong, go.
Inside?
The bottom hook.
Bottom hook.
Yes. Kind of back, yeah? Go back. So that is why the elbow is here. Go. And now already I can do, we call it Tellus move. You can pull up. If we want, you can stay also there. And the most important thing is, you turn your goddamn head. If you go turtle like this, what happens? They're there, yeah? They get harnessed, I'm tilted, I will fall. Now it's done, I fall back. Go back. The first thing I do when I move away from him is if I'm playing like a running man. If they're there, head is there. Oh, no, be there. If they're there, always the head. Now if they have a harness, go harness. They can't protect, they can't avoid me being turtle. Because my head turned, I'm in turtle. If I do this, they control my neck, and now I will break my neck. So it's this, and now maybe escape, maybe go to turtle. So first thing I do when I want to turn away from people, which way I'm going to do, let's pass, Turando, maybe slowly, is this is first. Not this, and then they grab your ass and pull you back. Yeah? But first is this, and now turtle or tellus. This is also move. You can do it from guard also. That's what you do. Very, very logical move to pull guard. So important one is to turn the head. So now think about it a bit on your own. So if somebody's coming towards you here, so no, just imagine you're there. So just you can see. So here, they're coming. They're there. Turtle, yeah? If they're passing here, you turn away, you can't turn towards. Okay, you go. Head always on a mat. You're here. So think about those two things. That is when you mess it up. So maybe add it to the drill, whatever, a little bit later, but that's very, very important. If you do it wrong, they have it. And what they learn is they have the window of taking the back when the head is not turned. So he learns to have very specific time window before I do this. If they get me, they get the back. If they turn the head, it's very, very hard. Not impossible, very, very hard. So by nature, good turtle makes him very awesome because his timing window is this. And his natural ability pushes him to figure out that timing. So we make each other very, very, very good. So try it on your own. Think about turning in, turning away, and don't do this kind of jiu-jitsu, yeah? Side control, boom. And then with a bridge, or going away. And think about the head. A little bit on your own, couple of minutes. Go. Used to the sit up. People usually get like big eyes when I just sit up there. And it's one of the, and if I sit up, you push back, then I will turn. I always mess them up. Jab, cross, hook, leg. Yeah? Pull, push, single leg, double leg, blah, blah, blah. So combination of that. Then I can escape. It's not like always overhand and I go. That's the stuff you have to train. If you can't, you can ask me. Yeah? I can teach that. So this is the way you escape also. This is sport. And everybody will escape like this. And this is your training for 10 years. Jab, cross, hook. You know how boxers say like this, the hardest part of the throw combinations. You train 10 years, but you learn combination. That's how you win fights. Not single punches, yeah? Everybody can defend single punches. But combinations, broken rhythm, that's the thing. I've said, like I said in the class, I can't teach it fully, because I never learned it myself like this. But sport is the answer for better understanding. It makes everybody better. So, questions? You good? You see? My passion, jiu-jitsu, yeah? You first. Okay.
So, what is your, what do you do with chapter? Try to rehearsal, try to take it out, everything.
So first, the stone answer would be, I don't care. Yes? First of all, stand up. Second, you can attack from past turtles as force, rollovers, turnovers. And best thing for any beginner, pull guard. So, pull guard is the best one I will show. Against like all the wrestling stuff, usually you know, they do this and grab that far leg, and if that happens, he will fall, and he will fall to his elbow. Elbow back. Pull guard. So anytime somebody I can do this, open this up, because hooks never reach them. Yeah? I wouldn't do it like this. I would open my elbow when my leg is here. Then I will go. I will go. Also, this. So, anytime somebody, let's say, grabs my let's say, ear, leg, and I get, and tries to roll me, you know, pin me.
Just grab my head again. Grab my head and my leg. Yes. I usually go here. Yeah? And now, this is open, this is the cradle.
He wanted to cradle, but I will always resist. He has to go through my arms. If they cradle you, you're done, kind of, yeah? So you learn with the sub cradles. Harness is a cradle also, a smaller one. The leg and head is a bigger cradle. Huh? So,
And also if they grab the bottom leg and this, if you meet it like this, it works. If you meet it like this, thank you for a sweet. Yeah? So, I got the bottom leg and the head. So, see what happens? They just double. If somebody likes to pull this leg, yeah? Pull this leg. Don't move. Thank you. They just showed me perfect time to get out. And I will take that. I don't want to be there if they lift and they don't know. Okay, thank you. And if somebody says, I broke your turtle, no, I say, I'll escape. So it's all good. You just showed me a way out. So be mindful of those things. They will happen, and this is very common. Yeah, this is one. We talked about it already. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the portion to use. So, what else? Show me. And you have to do hip biceps. So if you do this, you do one unit. This, now it's hip biceps. The rest is fun. Go forward. Nothing, that's just that. I can go directions. Something like this, I will show. If they get a head and a leg, it's fine. That's what we verify. So, stuff like that showing on a flank is an active turn. So, go front. If somebody's front of me, I can have active turn. If you stop with me, we'll go. Take it off position. So, this is, if they're front of me, this is active turn. This is peek out, single legs, yeah? Underhooks. If they want to grab my head, I intercept. There's no and that's active turn. I can be sideways. Then they're between my leg and my arm. This is side turn. Yeah? And now I have a sweep here. Turnovers, I can run them over, I can do stuff, yeah? If they grab my hand, we have wrestling match. Not very good. I can have a back turn. If somebody plays turtle, we go after the back. And this is very crazy and very, very fun. They think they can jump on my back, if they do, they fall off. Because they need that movement. This is protected. If they jump, and they don't get the right harness. They get this harness. They got the harness. Not the harness. The right arm under. I will allow them to this harness. And what happens is they fall off. That's wrestling change side. So I will never give them a good harness, and I will never give them that hook. And now it's all about managing the body locks, all escape. So it's down, somebody's behind you, you want to go up. It should be active turn. That would be a second class, but in this camp, not going to do it, yeah? So, or we can do it like 3 hours on the mat. No, yeah? No, but there's active layers. And then the interesting part is, what happens when they take your back? What happens, let's say, here, hook gets in. Like this. Go really. See? And now, again, move. Harness. Yes, go. I know. Hooks up.
So, to make it danger, there's harness, there's hooks, still nothing. Interesting, yes. So, and then when both hooks come in,
And then harness. And then I fall. Go.
I fall here. I never do this. That's dangerous. So what I do jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Choke, slowly. Back. And so, if the key is in, now I show the secret of bow and arrow choke. It's very hard to choke with a bow and arrow. If you get a shoulder, that's better. So, keys are to the end of that class. First of all, everything fundamental has to work in both worlds. Here, no. Unlike these are fundamentals and key, they don't work. That not fundamentals down there. Yes. See that frustration. So, key. Yes. What's first thing you do in jiu-jitsu? You look into chokes, yeah? And you can have this, also I don't know what you're doing, but you can have this. Cool. I know. No key grip. Way better. You can cheat also this. But leverage point is this. And usually I want to clear one hook, usually right here. And now there's no choke. What happens with a bow and arrow? Go. Yes, go back. Go. Ta-da! Yeah, go back. So, even if both hooks in, because the key is if they get the lapel, that's both my shoulders. Then I'm really in trouble. Yeah? But if I have the angle, even with both hooks, when I have the feel that there's no angle, I'm disconnecting from his chest. And I'm doing this also, that you can't shrink it back. If I do this, look at jiu-jitsu now. Look at my knee. Go. Go. I know. Let's go. Everybody, let's go. Shift switches. I'm turning this way. And now we're fighting this game. And then it's again nothing. Yeah? My knee is turned. There's no choke. Go, go. Do your best. When you know what you have to do, I like when I'm usually going like outside of my bar and I'm out of class. Almost. Because I like to play, I like to escape very late chokes. They're more extreme. I don't enjoy any more escaping like light chokes. It's weird stuff. But when you know when I lose, I tap also because I risk so much, so I also tap. But I know what was wrong. I can fix it next time. So the key to this class is it's okay to lose, but you know what you're to do. And then it's okay to play. Then it's fun. That's good again. It's much better. But if I don't know why he's losing, why he's choking me all the time, then it's like, fuck, yeah? And then you make it. No, I know it. I was never finished up. He knows it, I know you, I know it, I was like. So, this was already like an introduction for jiu-jitsu. Now if you can pass, Aaron. Yes, you're going to do a pass. So, thank you, and see you.